Your gut bugs are writing the operating system of your consciousness. They are not just processing food. They are producing chemical signals that literally structure how your brain connects itself globally. Think of your metabolome not as a snapshot, but like an architectural blueprint being constantly drafted by microscopic collaborators in your belly. When those microbial profiles stabilize, when you achieve what we call somatic resonance, it means the short-chain fatty acids flowing from your gut are perfectly regulating inflammation and ensuring tight barrier function integrity across that delicate blood-brain boundary. This metabolic stability acts as a profound anchor, allowing your global cortical networks to operate with maximum coherence. We are moving past just treating symptoms. We are finally learning how endogenous biological patterns can predict the resilience of your neural architecture itself. It is deeper than just chemical signaling now. We are looking at how those unique bacterial signatures act as a biological blueprint, essentially defining your brain's native operating code. Imagine every person has an innate hardware configuration, the specific way their neural pathways allocate energy and connect itself globally. Metabolomic profiling allows us to read this hidden architecture directly from endogenous metabolic patterns in the blood or stool. It is like having a precise cartography of inherent variations in how your cortex is built before any disease even shows up. This moves us past treating symptoms and toward understanding foundational biological resilience, the signature that determines your potential for systemic integration itself. We are now looking past structural resilience and into the chemical engine itself. The metabolic state is not just mapping hardware. It is defining the raw ingredients for your brain chemistry. Think of your gut bugs as running a precise industrial complex, managing essential pathways like tryptophan flux. This microbial management dictates how much serotonin or GABA precursor molecule is available to reach the cortex. It changes everything about how you feel and function on the deepest level, which means something nobody expected for conscious states, that these microscopic partners are effectively writing your neurochemical availability manual in real time. We have gone from reading a blueprint to watching the factory floor operate, revealing exactly how integrated consciousness is chemically engineered by your internal ecosystem. We are moving beyond simple chemistry now. We are finding that these metabolic signatures act like a biological fingerprint for your brain's innate operating system, its connectome. Think of it this way. Some brains are designed by nature with an inherent efficiency in how they allocate energy between neurons and glial cells, a foundational architecture we call systemic integration potential. Metabolomic profiling is not just telling us what you ate. It is mapping that pre-existing biological wiring diagram before any issue even appears. Yet the data remains impossibly complex to translate into personal action plans. But if these patterns truly are inherent blueprints, who decides which one plays out? The implications for resilience and plasticity alone are staggering, demanding we understand this language of metabolic variance immediately. The data is overwhelmingly complex, a torrent of molecular information detailing how your brain might operate at any given moment. But here is where it gets impossible and incredible. We are moving past merely cataloging these metabolic signatures into actually predicting subjective reality itself. Consider this. If we can measure the dynamic coherence between your systemic biological signals, like vagal tone fluctuations, and those core microbial metabolites, then maybe we are not just mapping potential architecture anymore. Maybe we can predict when global cortical networks will shift towards states of profound resilience or collapse entirely. The physiological receptors fire in response to metabolic shifts, but what happens next is the true question that changes everything about how we define consciousness itself. But what if this metabolic language is not just a description of your hardware? What if the patterns we are reading from these endogenous signatures are not simply static markers of who you are, but active instructional code itself? Imagine your entire system running on an incredibly dense biological dialect. Your microbial metabolome might be dictating not only resilience or collapse, but the fundamental parameters of how self-organization occurs in moments of profound awareness, a kind of internal operating prompt. This suggests that what we previously called subjective reality might simply be a direct interpretation interface for this deeply coded metabolic state. But if our gut bugs are giving us instructions, then why has science never figured out how to translate the command line? The solution is not finding one perfect molecule, but managing coherence across your entire system. Think of it like tuning an incredibly complex orchestra. You do not fix every single musician, you harmonize the fundamental rhythm. When we focus on balancing those metabolic signatures, the signals that dictate systemic integration potential, we stop treating isolated symptoms and start aligning your internal operating code itself. The key actionable shift is viewing stability not as a passive state of health, but as an active maintenance function requiring specific dietary and lifestyle inputs to maintain vibrational coherence. You are the conductor. This complex system needs guidance toward its most resonant frequency. The full research archive is at jmtomosofficial.com. The ultimate finding here is that metabolic profile analysis provides us with predictive cartography for your mind's stability not in theory, but right now. Think of it as an internal weather system report for your global cortical function. Before you feel foggy or overwhelmed, the underlying biological signatures are signaling a predictable shift toward systemic imbalance. The shifts our entire paradigm. We are not waiting to fix something broken. We are learning how to preemptively guide your neural resilience by listening closely to these subtle endogenous signals. Your metabolic state is not destiny. It is real-time instruction set for self-regulation. The full research archive is at jmtomosofficial.com.